Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back once again to another quick and dirty last-minute kick-out predictions video. The Royal Rumble is among us WWE's greatest pay-per-view of the year, I'd want to say. I was going to make a, the floor is lava joke, but I think other people have made it this year as well. So, as always, I am your longest reigning last-minute kick-out champion, Pete Titans Creed Neverco, and joined to whichever side they may be on the video. I'm joined by one, Kevin, the Kevin Eva.
Greetings.
And one, John Turbo Finley.
Yeah, hello there.
So, I hope you gentlemen have been doing well. I know you don't watch the product other than the pay-per-views. I seem to be watching more wrestling than any of us these days. But the Royal Rumble is among us, which means that we are on the road to WrestleMania. Do you have any thoughts on what you'd like to see as a WrestleMania card at this point? I know Big Daddy Oldberg's on everybody's lips.
What was the pity? I'd like to see... You know what I'd like to see from WrestleMania? AEW. That's what I'd like to see at WrestleMania. I don't know. I've actually got no idea about this WrestleMania, which is in some ways refreshing. And in other ways concerning.
I think the Rumbles this year, as they stand, are the most unpredictable because, there's no real definitive people. There are a couple of individuals who could stand to be in those championship slots, but there's no one really who you can see versus Reigns or versus McIntyre / Goldberg as, who's going to be the champion, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So, it's going to be interesting. John, how are you feeling?
Again, like Kev, it's just I have no idea what they could go. I mean, I've got plenty of ideas of what could happen. It's just I don't know what I would want to happen. That's the thing. Because what I want is not what Vince McMahon wants. So...
I don't think even Vince knows what Vince wants.
So...
Vince is busy having arguments with, production
himself?
people about decisions that he has made.
Yeah.
Who did this?
Done it too.
You did say yesterday. Well, that's crap.
Absolutely.
It goes all over the place.
But yes, let us go through. So there's only 5 confirmed matches, which is obviously because the Rumbles are going to be an hour and a bit long in terms of length anyway. There are about half of the participants in both Rumbles have not been confirmed, so it's literally anybody's guess right now. So it is the most unpredictable Rumble since I think 2012, when when anybody could have won the Rumble. Ever since then, WrestleMania's been so predictable about who's going to be fighting the champion.
Was 2012 the 40-man Rumble, was it?
I can't fucking remember. It's a long time ago. But yes, so we are going to start with Asuka and Charlotte defending the Women's Tag Team Championships against Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler. I have been nominated to go first from our magnanimous duo in the white and red. So I'm going to go with Flair and Asuka to lose. They're both in individual storylines on the main TV card at the moment. They've done nothing with the tag belts since they've won it. At least back on Baszler and Jax, they'd actually be doing something with them. So yeah, Baszler and Jax to win the belts. Mr. Turbo.
As much as I would want to agree,
you want me to be wrong so you can win the belt. So, I mean...
Well, whatever you pick, we want you to be wrong.
Yeah. But I think they could... Well, I mean... It's just because Asuka's the women's champion as well, it's just I don't know whether or not they want to start the road to WrestleMania now at the Rumble by having them drop the title belts, and then they'll feud again to go into Mania.
There's only one pay-per-view between after the Rumble and Mania,
and I think that's where they'll drop them. So I'm gonna say the champs retain, in Asuka and Charlotte, and then the next pay-per-view match that they put the titles back on the line, then they'll drop them, then they'll feud, and then things will go.
Okay. I mean, I've got a whole grand plan with where the people are losing belts. But Kevin, what are your predictions?
I'm actually in complete agreement with you, Pete. I think we're going to get some Alexa Bliss interference, and I mean, Nia's hurt somebody recently, so that means she's in line for a push. It's
if there's nobody left on the card to challenge for the main belt, you know, like, she's gonna get a push.
They haven't done anything with, and hey, it gives something for Shayna, really.
Turns out, if you don't put all the belts on one person, the rest of your roster can flourish because they can actually do things.
Unless you're the women's tag team champions, in which case you're just not going to be on the card. So, but hey, yeah, no, I think we're going to get new champs as well, or rather, at the very least, I think that they're going to lose. Let me rephrase that. That we're going to get Asuka and Charlotte losing.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so we'll go on to the more predictable of the two heavyweight championship belts, being Roman Reigns versus Kevin Owens for the Universal Championship. And it's a last man standing match for the benefit of you gentlemen. I'm going to go with Kevin Owens to lose. I think Reigns is... I've already said that. I think Reigns is going to hold the belt all the way through to Mania.
Yeah. Turbo, is there any doubt in your mind that Reigns is going to win this?
You mean
No.
Owens is going to win?
Yeah,
yeah, sorry.
Reigns is going to win regardless, no matter what. It's like Owens had a multitude of, and as much as I love him being that babyface kind of like, you know, never give up kind of like mentality and whatnot, it's just not believable that he'll actually win and become Universal Champion. So
I also think that this will be the return of the other Uso.
What if Sammy then comes out to help his pal, and then we get Usos versus Owens and Zayn at Mania?
I think that'll be the match. It'll be the Usos versus Sammy and Owens. I think that'll be the thing.
I'd dig that match as well. That'd be pretty damn cool, I suspect, if it was given time.
But okay, so Drew McIntyre versus Goldberg for the WWE Championship. Now, I'm going to lay this all out on the line for you guys, all right? We know Vince wants veterans back at Mania. I think it is a very good chance that Goldberg wins here. And with the fact that WWE want fans back for Mania, they get Drew to beat Goldberg in front of fans at Mania. Well, I think Goldberg, like there's also the other side of like it could be the third time that Goldberg doesn't win, but considering like they've done his thing of he'll turn up, he'll beat somebody in 5 minutes. He did it to Owens, he did it to The Fiend. Will he do it to McIntyre? I'm hedging my bet on Goldberg, who will then lose it at Mania like he does every time. But...
Considering how they completely stuffed The Fiend
after
Seth Rollins used his entire moveset, the kitchen sink, his wife's moveset, every moveset everybody he's ever met, wrestled, has heard about, has seen on WWE Network before it goes to Peacock. And The Fiend just kept on coming, whereas Goldberg just went, yeah, boom, yeah, he's out. And we've got the situation with Drew, where Drew is a resilient champion. He can take the finishers, and he still keeps coming. He's like he is the Scottish Terminator. He keeps coming for you. So naturally, Goldberg's going to beat him in 2 minutes, absolute minimum.
I think it will be a spear, and I think McIntyre will kick out. But then it will be another spear, and then a jackhammer.
If we didn't have the COVID situation, I think Goldberg would have won last pay-per-view.
Yeah, I can agree with that. But
So-
I also think that they want to do McIntyre, because they've done McIntyre wins in front of no fans. They've done McIntyre wins the belt in the Thunderdome, and now I think they'll try McIntyre wins the belt in front of some fans.
And then Lesnar comes out at Mania, so he can get some sort of revenge on Goldberg and revenge on everybody, and he leaves both of them laying, and then
I don't think we're gonna
and
do
then
Lesnar
everybody
for a long
weeps.
time. Yeah. So no, I'm gonna go with Goldberg, Kevin.
Yeah,
'Cause
I agree. I agree.
I'm savoring the wait before I get to Turbo, because I see the depression on his face. Because I know he doesn't want McIntyre
What's
to
the
lose.
one thing fans don't want? Goldberg to win.
Yep.
I'm gonna do it. It's all me.
Well,
The money's in the chase,
you
isn't
say
it?
that, but one of the news stories that I heard was that they were contemplating on a very bad finish for the Rumble.
Oh, this one. Yeah, I've heard this one.
And-
Yeah.
This is where
Oh, they've seen the
I'm going
product.
to be the different person here. I'm going to say that Drew is going to retain and hold, and I'll tell you who's going to win the Rumble afterwards.
Oh dear.
Yeah, and what that was one of the other things I'd heard is that Berg was going to lose, but then Berg wins the Rumble and then goes for Reigns, and it sets back up Spear versus Spear. It is something I had heard. But you see, we'll talk about the men's Rumble last,
Can we
because
get-
we're going on to the.
If we get
we're
so,
gonna
if
go
we
on
do
to
that, can we
the-
get a triple threat of Reigns, Goldberg, and Edge?
Yeah, that'd be it, isn't it?
just all collide.
Who's got
in
the
middle of
real
ring in
spear?
one go. Triple spear.
So, women's Rumble. Lots of participants unknown. Going to expect a lot of double duty from Flair, Baylor, and Jax, because Baylor and Jax are definitely confirmed to be in there, but Flair isn't yet. I'm expecting Charlotte Flair to win the women's Rumble. This is why I think they're going to lose the tag belts. It's either that or it's fucking one of the NXT call-ups like Rhea Ripley.
Well, with
But
myself-
I'm going with Charlotte Flair. So.
All right. Well, with myself, I'm going to pick someone from SmackDown. It's going to be the SmackDown program that's going to be tied into the Rumble, and the favorite at the moment is Bianca Belair, because she's having this program with Bailey and whatnot, and obviously that's been the main focus and whatnot. And I think, Bianca Belair having the better kind of like thing. It's either that or possibly Alexa Bliss, but I think Bianca Belair has got a good shoe-in of being the SmackDown winner and being the SmackDown storyline for going into Mania with that Rumble win.
Kev?
Okay, so I'm going to choose heart over head here. Head says Charlotte Flair wins, and then Ronda Rousey comes out because Ronda Rousey. But heart says, and also they do like, and the fact that WWE love their history making moments. Remember, Bailey has won everything but the Rumble.
Flair hasn't won the Rumble yet, has she?
Flair has won the Rumble.
Flair has won the Rumble.
So
She won the
Flair's-
Rumble last year to go after the NXT title. Remember?
So Flair's done everything then.
Mhm.
Yeah, Bailey is
Except Money in the Bank.
no, she's not she's not been Miss Money in the. Well, has she?
Nope.
No,
No, she is not. So that would make the one thing that Bailey hasn't done, and commentary have said this a few times, here, there, and everywhere. The one thing that she's not done is won the Rumble, and I think it would tie in well with what Turbo was saying. But if it's her and Belair at the end and Bianca gets the heave ho, so you've got that, and you've also then got her because Bailey will go straight back after Sasha because Sasha needs to do something.
Yeah, and her with Carmella is not what's.
I have desperately tried to erase what's going on with Carmella out of my mind. To be honest, I completely forgot.
I thought the whole Carmella stuff's been fine. I don't think it's been terrible.
Like,
I just think that
it's just not been entertaining in my.
It's been
personally.
okay,
It's been boring.
but it's just I've just no interest in it. Anyway, but so I'm going to go with that. I'm going to say that Bailey wins it, maybe getting one over on Bianca Belair, and then when Bailey's got the belt back, then she's got to deal with Sasha and Bianca Belair.
fair enough.
After Mania, that's what I'm going to say.
Oh well.
So
3
on.
choices. Yeah.
Yep. So on to the men's rumble. It's really the men's rumble is the hardest one of all. I know there's been a lot of rumorings that this is going to be the first one that a woman is woman's going to come out and actually win the men's rumble this year, because it's that unpredictable. But it's been something that's been flown around in the fucking thing for like donkey's years, you know. So like, someone brought up a good point that Edge and Daniel Bryan are the only people who have come out and said that they're not just entering, they're winning. And you know, I could see that. I think both Bryan Reigns and Edge Reigns could be good matches. There's a part of me that thinks McIntyre's going to win the Rumble, but I think the next card is Elimination Chamber, and if Goldberg wins the title, he won't turn up until WrestleMania. So the Elimination Chamber match for Raw, presumably if it's a singles one, like if it's just branded, will be a number one contenders thing. But there's a part of me which says that McIntyre will win whatever number one contenders at the next pay-per-view rather than the Rumble. So I'm going to put my bet on Daniel Bryan, as it's one of the only things he hasn't done is win the Rumble, and he'll go on to face Reigns at WrestleMania.
That was my mindset at the time as well. Was Daniel Bryan was set to win the Rumble and whatnot, being that wasn't his only thing. But as I said, that the title match between Goldberg and Drew,
it's going to be Berg, don't you?
I'm going to say it's going to be Goldberg. He just comes in because we've had Roman Reigns do it before, where he lost his title match and he went right into the Rumble match to try to get a Rumble kind of like a win to get another title shot down the line. Wants to stop Goldberg if that happens to him as well. That's what I think.
Fair enough. Kev?
I am torn.
Try to put yourself back together. We do need you.
Yeah, it's alright. I've got tape here. It's fine. I am seriously torn between two individuals, and I'd love to say Edge wins, because that's again much like the Goldberg thing. It's a story they want. They want the vets, and if Vince was to choose between Goldberg or Edge, he'd choose Edge because Edge is one of his guys. His guys. Also, probably cheaper than Goldberg is, and you get a better match. What I'm thinking,
you get
though,
a match, not a better match. You get a match.
This is true. Well, Edge won't concuss himself within the first -1 second.
No, minus minute.
Yeah. You know what? I'm not going to say Edge. The winner of the Men's Royal Rumble will be the returning, mysteriously now a face because WWE, He's the architect. He's the beast slayer. He's the king slayer. He's the baby maker. Ladies and gentlemen, Seth, where's Dominic Mysterio? Rollins.
That'll be a surprise.
Well, he was announced as returning several weeks ago, and then it mysteriously was whoops, delete that. So I think it's pretty nailed on that he will return at the Rumble after having his paternity leave, and he's had his time with the Mysterios, and that story's kind of reached its end with Buddy Murphy. So unless they're literally going to have a match at Mania, the two of them, Seth's gonna be hot shotted into something, and why not? Why not have him decide to take on his Shield brethren?
Why not, eh? But yes, ladies and gentlemen, that has been our predictions for the Royal Rumble. The next time you see the three of us, it will be in our Royal Rumble wrap-up. That's what I'm calling it now, the Royal Rumble wrap-up.
Saves us from being copyright striked.
Exactly. Thank you very much for watching this, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you enjoy the Rumble as much as we probably will. It's normally one of the best pay-per-views of the year. Until then, ladies and gentlemen, we'll see you next time.